Yes, I think we are doing it. Oh, my camera. Yes. So hello, YouTube. And for those who are watching us later, I am Ana Laura. I will be your hostess today. And here with me, we have Tatiana, Mariana, and Flavia. And my camera again, she doesn't want to work, right? But I'm here, okay? Yes, I'm back. So today we're gonna talk about living abroad, right? This is the topic of this live meeting. But just before we get started, maybe a quick introduction about how TNT works for those who doesn't know us yet, right? So TNT is a community where we came to communicate in foreign language, not just English, but also Spanish, Italian, and French, I believe, if I'm not wrong, if these are the other three. But yeah, so the live meetings here are not regular classes. I'm not a teacher. I'm not here to correct anybody. There's no material or homework. We're just here to have a nice chat, to practice our speaking, right, in order to build confidence and achieve the fluency, right? And let me see what else. Yeah, but we can have some available options if you want to purchase some classes, right, for different levels. And you can see all the details in our website, talkntalk.com.br. And here we go to the topic. We're going to talk about living abroad. It was a topic suggested by another talker in my previous meetings. So we just watched a quick video to introduce the topic. And here we have the questions and we will jump into it. But first, maybe we could start presenting yourselves and answering question number one. The two combined, okay? So maybe Tatiana could start, please.
Yes, I start. My name is Tatiana. I'm 39 years old. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo. I'm married. I have a little daughter. The name of my daughter is Ana Carolina. And I'm engineer, but now I work with new projects in the oil and gas sector. About the question, what country would you most like to live in for long? I think I like and I have planned for living, for example, in Italy, because I think it's very beautiful. Tuscany, it's beautiful. And I saw last week Malta, it's very beautiful. And if it's possible, I live in my life, travel country by country, but it's not possible. I think I choose the Italy. And you, Mariana?
Hello, I'm Mariana. I'm from Casa Branca, São Paulo. I study economics and data science. I had to be in French class, but I saw this topic and I come here. And what country I would like? I would like to live in Switzerland because I went there last year and it's amazing. I think there is a great quality of life and the salaries are high too. But I'd love to live in England too. But now they are out of European Union and it's almost impossible. And you, Flavia?
Hi, I'm Flavia. I'm from Londrina, Paraná, but nowadays I'm living in Palmas, Tocantins. And I have two children, two sons and one daughter. And I am a public servant at the City Hall here in Palmas, but in Londrina I was a City Hall, public servant too. And I'm married. That's it. About the question, I've heard about Canada. Canada, I think, is one of the foreign countries that the habitants are, is kind and is not so mischief. They are not mischief, or they don't have mischief, but it's so cold there. I don't know if I would stand in this weather. And the other country that I want to go is Australia. Australia, I think the weather is similar to Brazil, and I would practice English there too. And I think for how long? I think 1 year is enough for study and work in the foreign country. And how about you, Ana Laura?
Yes, yes. Let me just present myself before I answer the question. I am Ana Laura, I'm 26. I live in Barueri, São Paulo, and I work with quality control in the food industry. And let me see what else. I live with my boyfriend, and on my free time, I like to do some biking, reading books. And that's all. That's me. So about the question, yes, I am definitely on the same page as Flavia, because I would like to go to live in a different country for studying a language. And the first one I would pick definitely would be English. But we have this factor about the weather, right? And yeah, definitely I would pick, my first option would be Australia, because the weather is much more similar to Brazil's weather, right? I have a son of a friend of my mom that lives there, and yeah, he said that it's very sunny and he likes it a lot. He adapts to the weather. There's no adaptation at all, because it's really it's real similar to Brazil. And because, yeah, I believe that one thing is to go to a place to visit, right? To travel, just to travel, stay a couple of weeks, and not really living. Maybe we have to consider much as other factors as well. But I have a question ahead about it. Let's not spoil it. But yeah, I would pick Australia. Let me see. Maybe we can go to question number 2. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mariana mentioned that she went to Switzerland once, right? Maybe we could start maybe sharing a little bit more details about how it was and if you went to somewhere else.
Number 2, yes. Yeah, I went to Switzerland, but I only spent some days there. But I love it. It's an amazing country. But I went there because I was living in Italy. I lived in Italy last year, and it was amazing. I lived in a small city near Turin, and it was great because I could share experiences with the people and know more about the culture, because it was a very small city, and I could improve my Italian. I traveled a lot in Italy too, and I miss there a lot. Sometimes I think about returning to Italy.
Oh, interesting. So we have a polyglot right here, right? You speak Portuguese, English, Italian, and you mentioned you are in a class, French class,
French.
right?
Yes.
Oh, I want to be like you someday, speaking a lot of language. But let me just say for a couple of more to improve my English first. I will like, but oh, really interesting. So you spend one day in Italy. Yes, that must be amazing. And you were considering to return. Return.
In Italy I lived 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
In
Awesome.
Switzerland I spent 3 or 4 days. I don't know.
Oh, got it. But you mentioned that you are considering come back, right there.
Yes.
Why? You went alone, right? Or with
Yes,
somebody?
I went alone because I want a job in Europe. So if I don't find in Switzerland, I want to return to Italy because I've already know the place.
Yes.
And I liked the people too.
Oh, interesting. Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, Mariana. I hope you can achieve your goal to come back to having a job in Europe. Awesome. So maybe Flavia could be the next one. Sure.
Yeah. Living abroad, I've never ever lived abroad, and someday I would want to live. And I went to Punta Cana last year, and there I had the opportunity to talk with some Russians, and I could practice my English a little bit, but it was amazing because I've been studying English for I think two years, and in Punta Cana it's amazing, guys. There was amazing guys because they are so sympathetic person, excited persons, and it's because I am on vacation too, but it was amazing. I went to Chile too. The people there is so amazing too, so friendly in the street. I forget the name. Cumprimentavam. I forget. Even though they don't know you, they are so nice people. I don't know nowadays. I think that's it. My experience abroad. Just Spanish. My God, in Chile, I didn't speak English because it was 8 years ago, I think. And my God, my Spanish is not my language, but I tried.
Oh, we try to communicate using the good Portuñol, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Flavia. Amazing. So, Katiana, your turn. Let's hear from you now.
Yes, in this question, I've living abroad. I living in Dublin for 5 months, and in that time I study English, and in that time I stay in Dublin, and Norway, but in the other moments, I stay in Portugal. I go to Portugal, Spanish. In the South America, I know Argentina and Chile. I love travel, but live abroad, it's in Dublin. I think it's a good experience in that time because I'm very younger in that time and I'm single and I make many friends in the different countries with different cultures. It's very different. I remember I returned to Brazil with the other mind because I think it's important you understand the difference between the cultures and you learning more about yourself and respect the other people. I remember this. If it's possible in the future, I think it's I plan this experience for my daughter because I think these things improve my skills in my job now, and I return with other mind this experience.
Yes, absolutely. 100% right. You were. Yes, I just remembered that you mentioned that in other meetings that you lived in Dublin. It's cold there. Have you ever been there in the during the winter?
Yes, I stay in the autumn and winter. It's very cold. It's
Yes.
different. Yes, it's very different because sometimes you put in many clothes and go to the street. But it's okay. It's a different experience. And but people said in that time in the summer, it's not a very hot, similar to Brazil, but it's okay. But I don't have experience with summer in Dublin.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Katrina, for sharing. Me. No, I have never lived abroad, but I wanted to live abroad one day, someday. Not, I believe that not for so long, maybe 1 or 2 years. My second option would be Ireland, if not Australia, right? But when I came off of my parents' house when I was 18, I didn't come back since then when I went to college. And I believe that is the first step, right? To when you get out of your parents' house, but it's completely different because went to a different country because you are so distant. Maybe I would say that this is would be the main difficulty for me to miss my loved ones. But yeah, this is my like experience. I have never went abroad, just here in Brazil. I moved 4 times of cities, not so with so big distance like Flavia, right? That you was born in Paraná, right? And now you are in Palmas. But yeah, I believe that is a first step, but living abroad, it's a whole different experience, and I really wanna do it someday. Maybe with someone, with my boyfriend, but it's still on the plans. Just it's not something concrete. Okay, so let's move to question. Let me see. Maybe question number 4. Katyana, could you read for us out loud?
Yes. What factors do you think people must consider when choosing a country to live? I think it depends of the plans for these people doing this country, but I think the weather is very important because, for example, when you speak about Canada, the weather there is very different, and the people stay at home or in the, how do you say, tunnels or subterraneans? I don't remember, but everything in Vancouver, I think it's beside the city. It's very different for this reality where we live in now, and I think the weather is important, but I think what you really do or you like, because, for example, now my family and I love and riding a bike, stay next to the beach, and do sports in the weekend, swimming pool every day. And for us, these things is important. I think, for example, if I go with my family to Vancouver or the other country, I'm depressed because I'm running in the morning. I'm go to the swimming pool with my daughter at the end of the day, and there it's this thing. It's not common in the winter because it's very cold. And I think when you choose one country, these things is important for me. For example, I see Italy because I think it's a beautiful place for living. Malta, I think, is a beautiful place for living and have the opportunity for do many different sports and living different experience. I think it's this. What you do, what you wish do in this country, and what you love in your life, what your life do in your life. And you, Mariana?
For me, I think, my opinion, safe. For me, it's important. I want to live in a country that I feel safe, but because I like it to walk in the street with my cell phone, without thinking about someone came and stole me, or we are women, or do other things. And safety, purchasing power, I think, quality of life. Weather, I think it's important. I hate cold, but I want to live in Switzerland because it's craziness. But now it's not it's not in the first place for me, because I think the salary, quality of life, and safety is more important now. And you, Flavia?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think one of the important thing is security. And the weather is important for me too, because I think if I could, I would not stand in the 20 degrees, 20 negative, because I think I am living in Palmas. It's so hot here. I think Tatiana would hate here because it's so hot. And when I go to Paraná and I stay in zero degree or 2 minus, my God, it's so hard for me. And I think like Mariana said, security is important for me. And if the nice place for the nice people, we have a lot of prejudice in a lot of country. I think it could be or would be bad for us because we are new in the country, and if we have this situation, I think we would be so sad because in Brazil, we don't have this behavior. And let me see, I think this is the English that's speaking English because I love learning English, and my first language my first foreign language is learning English. Yeah, I chose someone that speaks English. That's it. And how about you, Anna?
Yes, girls, you girls nailed it in your questions and your answers, right? I agree with all of you. You mentioned, let me see, let's remember, Tatiana mentioned something important about you considering your lifestyle, right? What works for you. It's important to consider that and in order to adapt in a different country, right? Mariana mentioned about security. Yes, 100%. I would consider that. Unfortunately, this is not our reality here in Brazil. But you mentioned something that I was thinking to answer as well when I put this question about purchase power, right? And Flavia mentioned about the weather. Yes, for me it's important as well. But also about, I would say the culture of the people there, right? Because if they are welcoming, cozy place, maybe, and if it's easier if you understand and like the new culture that you're going to be immersed, right? And language would be an important thing in this equation, right? Like I definitely wouldn't never do like that girl on the video made, moving to Mexico City without speaking Spanish. So she's experienced a hard times because maybe do not understanding the things, do not being able to communicate and understand what things were happening. And maybe it's not being so do you know? Oh, I forgot about the expression, but do you know that people being welcoming with her because she doesn't know their language, so understand and like the culture, especially the language. I believe that is an important thing to consider when you're choosing a country. Yes, so let me see which we still have some time. So yes, Flavia, could you start question number 6? I'm curious to know about you girls.
Number 6, né? Do you have passport, a type of visa or for staying in a country? Maybe a second nationality? I have a passport, but I don't have visa because the place that I went is not didn't need a visa. And I am a granddaughter for Japanese. I am a 3 generation from Japanese, but I don't have a second nationality. I don't. I didn't go I didn't do this. I didn't try to take a second nationality. Now, it's a little answer. It's direct answer.
Yes, yes. I'm curious right now. Until which generation? I thought that just the Nisei could, the second one could, um, you know, ask for the rights to be to have the Japanese nationality. Until to which generation? I don't know. Do you know?
I am Sansei. Sansei is 3 generation. Sansei Yonsei is 4th generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until the fourth.
No, I think after this, I think we have a lot of mix of the race, because if my daughter and my sons married for the other descendants, it's keep the generation, but they if they married for the Brazilian guy or Brazilian girl, it's lost the generation.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But have you never considered, you never think of going to Japan, maybe visiting the roots of the family?
I have 2 cousins there and some friends. My father, one of the dreams of my father is go to Japan, and we have saved money for this, but he gave up. He gave up to go there because he think she is old. Oh, he is old. He is 78 years old, and oh my God, he said for me, I am so old for do this. This is a huge travel. And it's not my goal nowadays. Too.
Got it. Interesting. Thanks so much, Flavia. And you,
Thank you.
Mariana? I believe that you have a passport, right? Because you travel a lot, but go ahead.
Yes, I have a passport and I have Italian citizenship. I went to Italy to recognize my Italian citizenship. So I can live here in Brazil and in European Union.
Oh, got it. So you went to Italy to get this type of visa. Oh, you have a second nationality. Are your family was from Italian descendants, right? So
Yes.
what's your last name?
My last name?
Piccolo.
Piccolo.
Yeah,
Piccolo.
Piccolo. Oh,
Small
got it.
in Italian.
It's small. Oh, it means small. Interesting. Got it. Thanks so much for sharing. And you, Katiana?
I have passport a long time, and in these years I looking for my nationality, my Italy nationality, because my grandfather is from the Italy. Almost my family is Italy and German. And for me, it's more easier looking for the nationality in Italy, because I have the papers in my hand now. And I plan in the future have my visa for travel more easier. And you,
Awesome.
Anna?
Oh, this is so sad. I don't have even a passport yet, but that's okay. Maybe until 2024, I will have one. Because in January, me and my boyfriend, we're gonna do my first international travel. Yes, and I have to have a passport for doing it. But the most part that I went was Rio de Janeiro. Yes, I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, that is the truth. So, girls, let me see. We still have some time. Maybe we could discuss, let me see, question number 10. Mariana, could you read for us and share your thoughts?
Yes. What is your opinion about the immigration laws? Should the laws be less strict or stricter? Difficult.
Yeah, it's a complex question.
Yes, complex. I don't have an opinion, but I think they need to think about the safe of people. For example, this week in Italy, a lot of people died in I don't know, naufrágio, and this is extremely sad. I think they have to be I don't know, a law, a rule to avoid to put their lives on risk. But I don't know, it's complex because if they, I don't know, liberam a entrada, it would be crazy, but if they don't, a lot of people have to refugees can die, and it's complex.
Yes, I agree with you. That's why I thought that would be interesting to discuss a little bit. But yeah, we have these episodes this week. Unfortunately, a lot of people died, and it's not the first time, right? We're going to Italy, right?
Yes.
It was, yes. In Italy, do you, oh, but you are in a small town, right? You have some, contact with a lot of other immigrants, or with just you in this?
No.
You mentioned that it was a villa, right? A small town.
Yes, as I was recognizing my citizenship, I made friends from Brazil because they were recognized with the same advisor than me.
Okay.
And near my town, the province capital. In the province capital, there were a lot of immigrants, refugees.
Oh.
From Africa.
Africa, yeah. Oh, got it.
And
Thanks so much.
they don't like much. Italians are racistas, I think.
Got it. Oh, that's sad to hear that, right?
Yes.
There's nobody, or maybe there's no place that is perfect, right? Okay, thanks, Mariana. And you, Flavia, what's your opinion about it? Do you agree with Mariana?
I agree with Marianne. It's so hard to answer this question. I think each country has motive for don't open the door, doesn't open the door for the foreign people. Mainly in USA because near for Mexico, and if this country open the door for all the people, it's would be crazy for them, And I think in Japan, in this, I think it opened the door. It was opened the door this or last year. I don't know because we need to they avoid to uh, to receive foreign people because the COVID. And the small country, Japan is the small country, and it spread a lot this virus. And I think each country has the motive for street or for street laws, and it's I think it's necessary because it would be a mess if they don't have laws for this. And how about you, Anna?
Yes, I agree with you, girls. It's complex because, you know, the developed countries have this dilemma, right? Usually they need the you know, the immigrants for you know, oh, I forgot the expression in English, but mão de obra, right? Because the people are not having too many children, right? And that's a problem. But on the other hand, they cannot wide open the gates to everybody who wants to come there, go there, because it would be chaotic, right? And they have to, you know, filter the people that they want to be there. But oh, that's so sad. But and on the other hand, people are so desperate to, you know, because of the dream that they want to have a better life, and that's tough, really. I don't know if it would be difficult to say, oh, it should be less strict or stricter. It depends on the situation of the country and the immigrants as well. I don't know which case. I believe that if it would be possible to analyze deeply each case of
Yeah.
the immigrants, right? Because usually our sad stories, they are running away of something, poverty, or, you know, ambiental disasters like last month on Turkey, right? Syria. That's complex to say, right? Yeah, girls, we are running out of time, unfortunately. I would like to discuss with you all the day long, all the morning long, but unfortunately, it's not possible. Let me just put some questions on the chat, right? So, question, no, links, sorry. Links on the chat. The first one is for you girls to send your feedback about this specific meeting, me as a host. So maybe you can go some tips. Oh, and you could do better at this or that. I would really appreciate to receive this truly feedback, genuine feedback. And if you want, girls want to discuss some topic, you can put there, and definitely I will consider. And hey, Anna, you could talk about this or that. Yes, would mean a lot for me if you girls put your feedback. So the second one is to TNT's website, and the third one is for this live on YouTube. So if you can go there, hit the like button, subscribe to TNT's channel, would mean a lot for us. And that's all, girls. Thanks so much for being here, spending your time with me. And I hope you have a great day, a great rest of the week, and hope to see you in the next meeting, Thursday, 8 a.m. Okay?
Yes.
Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much.
Thank you.
Bye bye. It was
Bye-bye.
amazing.
Bye bye.